Hello, it is Thursday, October 17th, 2024. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. And before we get on to today's crossword, I'll just quickly mention that if you're interested in an impromptu reading of the entirety of Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven, you can find that at the end of yesterday's Strands video on this very channel. I decided to do that just on the spur of the moment because it was the theme of the puzzle, and I didn't want to mention it in the title of the puzzle because it would have been a spoiler for the theme. So now that it's the following day, I feel I can safely mention it, and it's okay. So check that out on yesterday's Strands, the October 16th Strands video on this channel if you're interested. Anyway, today is a Thursday crossword, and we're going to be solving a tricky theme, maybe, or an interesting or intricate theme in some way. And this tricky, interesting, or intricate edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Kathleen Quinn, Quotidiophile, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster, the incorrigible Sheeler Beeler, the indefinable Charlie Paget, and the indecipherable Ray Grant. Thank you so much to the 6 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support. They do, of course, keep this channel going day in, day out, and for that, I'm extremely grateful. Thank you to those 6 and to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon. If you'd like to do so, you can head to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link. You'll find the bonus videos there. That reminds me, I need to get on with this week's Boss Words Fall Themeless League puzzle. I've been short on time this week, so I'll need to do that soon. Anyway, those videos are all up there, more coming very soon. And the official mug for benefactors like those 6. And of course, it's also a big help if you subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Thanks to everybody who's done that. And you can join the Daily Solve Discord chat server, a nice friendly chat community linked in the description field. All right, so we've said all that. Let's get on to today's crossword by August Lee Kovac, who's constructed a handful of puzzles for the New York Times. It was edited once again by Joel Faliano. It's a Thursday crossword. It'll have some kind of interesting theme. Let's find out what it is, and let's start solving. Fed the kitty, perhaps. So this could be, my first thought, of course, was feeding a pet, an animal, but then I immediately thought, well, it could be, paid in to a game, a gambling game, and I don't know which I think it is. So let's look at the crosses. Sprinkling on a lox bagel. Sprinkling. Do I think it's on top or on the bagel itself? Could be sesame seeds, but I don't think you'd say sesame. Would you? Would you just say it's sprinkled with sesame, or would you say sesame seeds? I don't know. You could have poppy seeds as well, but that's not. Or bits of bits of onion. I don't know. Sprinkling. Just trying to think what that would mean. You sprinkle something on a lox bagel. What would you sprinkle? I mean, a lox bagel could have onion and capers and obviously cream cheese. I don't really think of any of those things as being sprinkled, to be honest. But now I really want one. Hercule's creator. So is this Hercule Poirot, probably? Created by Agatha Christie. And of course, because we're using the given name here, not the surname, we're going to use the given name of the author as well. So Agatha Christie created Hercule Poirot, the famous Belgian detective. Okay. What is to be done? Question mark. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's to be done. In either sense, pattern of intersecting stripes. Tartan, maybe? Tartan pattern? Associated with Scotland, Scottish clans and things. Use a spoon, say. You stir a bowl, maybe. What Alexander Graham Bell suggested as the standard telephone answering greeting. Oh, I've seen this before, and it's funny. It's something ridiculous. With an H. It's not oh hi, but it's almost as ridiculous as, I mean, it's more ridiculous than that, I guess, because oh hi is, you might actually say that on the phone now. Ahoy, I think it might be. I think it's ahoy. I think it's completely, but I mean, I say that it's ridiculous, but it's only ridiculous because that's not what it is. Whereas sort of picking something up and saying hello, not knowing who it is. I mean, it's a little bit different now that we have almost universally have smartphones with caller identification, but it is sort of absurd to just sort of say hello into essentially a blackness avoid until you know who it is. But anyway, in some languages, they use different sort of terminology to say hello and goodbye on the phone versus in person, which I find interesting and probably appropriate. Anyway, ahoy. I think that's correct. Thomas Lincoln, familiarly. I don't know who or what that is. Oh, is there any way it's Abraham Lincoln's father? Is it going to be Pap or something like that? Or maybe a son of... Oh, Tad, Thaddeus Lincoln, I think is his son. There we go. That'll probably be it. Fed the kitten, perhaps. Oh, cat sat. Yes, you cat sat for someone, and then you fed. And I read it as kitten, which is funny. I just realized just now. Anyway, it'll be cat sat. So you took care of someone's cat. So, okay, so the sprinkling on a lock's bed. Oh, I guess it is capers. I guess you sort of sprinkle them. For some reason, and this isn't fair, capers feel too large and moist to be sprinkled, which doesn't necessarily make sense. But I think of sprinkling things on food as being smaller, finer, dry things. It's completely arbitrary. This looks like period something. Much ado about some punctuation, right? So a period, a full stop, is punctuation. So much ado, period. Oh, period drama. There we go. So drama might be much ado. You're sort of causing drama and commotion. And then period drama is a term. It's a term for a film or television program or play set in an earlier period of time. Okay, so there we go. So I guess we're just making some puns. Maybe I was going to say about punctuation, but this specifically mentions punctuation. So maybe the others will mention other things. We'll find out. It's often gained by knocking. Entry to a building is often gained by knocking. What is to be done? The agenda lists what will be done during, say, a meeting or a day. Okay, nutrition figure, recommended daily allowance of some particular vitamin or mineral. She served on the court with Antonin and Anthony. Sandra Day O'Connor. These are Supreme Court justices in the United States. And actually, just like this clue, Hercule's creator, Agatha, we are just looking for given names of these people, and we can tell because we're given the given names in the clue. So we need to do the same. Okay, consonants articulated with the tongue against the upper teeth. Diphthong? No, consonants articulated with the tongue against the upper teeth. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the term for that is. Okay, do some grappling, wrestle. So here we have wrestling sort of evoked in sort of dialect, as we can see by the way that by the way grappling is rendered. So the answer will also be in a similar sort of dialect. Half-baked, question mark. Not sure offhand. What about this? Hunting cap feature. An ear flap or an ear lap? Is that what that's called? I don't know. It might be an ear something. Let's see. Consonants, right. And then half-baked. Par-baked? No. Rare? Oh, yeah. If you only bake or cook something to a lower temperature, it would be more rare. So that could be it. Let's see if it holds. Anger over a grammatically incorrect sentence. Okay, so we are dealing, I suppose, with not specifically punctuation, but with language usage in general. Punctuation, grammar, etc. I don't know what the answer to this is, though. Gru's twin brother in the Despicable Me franchise. Right, I've never seen any of these. I mean, honestly, if I had to guess, it would be Gru and Drew, maybe. I have no idea if that's correct, but just in 3 letters with a D, and it's a cartoon series, or animated series, so that would be my guess, but let's see if it holds. Only city that entirely surrounds a country, Rome, surrounds Vatican City, which is effectively a country. Industry mogul, a baron, a big sort of oil baron or something. Don't you forget it. Not sure. Oh, this is going to be run on sentence or something. Run on anger over a grammatically incorrect sentence. run on, what anger? I can't quite think, but let's see if that helps me with this. Don't you forget it. Oh, the Alamo. As people say, remember the Alamo, famous battle in Texan history. Okay, light units are lumens. Lumens is a unit of light measurement. There we go. And a salve is a balm that you might put on yourself for medicinal purposes, maybe even made from the official medicinal plant of the New York Times crossword, the aloe. Violent sport for short would be MMA, mixed martial arts. And one who might make a comeback is an alum. So someone who attended a particular school might come back for, I don't know, a reunion or a fundraiser or something. Okay, so number one pal is your BFF, maybe your best friend forever. And flattering as clothing would be body something, maybe? Not sure. What about this? Hebrew name meaning my God. Is it Eli? I'm not sure, actually. First city in Europe with paved streets, 1339. Florence? That was a wealthy city. Let's see. Maybe it is Eli. Touch. Not sure. No pro. Right. So not pro as in professional, but pro as in favor of something. So if you're not pro it, you're con it. You're against it. Request from Oliver Twist. Oliver Twist, the Dickens character, famously wanted more food. Flattering as clothing. Oh, it's becoming. You could say that's very becoming. It's very flattering. There we go. It's attractive. So that is going to be Eli, which is what I wanted it to be. Touch. Oh, if you've got touch, you've got finesse. You've got subtlety and skill. Anger over a grammatically incorrect sentence. Run on. Why can I still not see what this is? I can't, though. Silky fabrics. Satin. Satin is a silky fabric, so satin's plural there. And 1930s Vice President John Nance Garner was the vice president of the United States. So there we go. Blue lobsters and white tigers, e.g., are mutants, right? Okay, I guess in that they have specific genetic mutations. So they're mutants in the sort of literal sense and not in the kind of comic book sense. So there we go. Although I guess that's technically still true of the mutants in comic books. Anyway, run on fumes. Anger over grammatically incorrect. I see. So I think this is what it is. Because to run on fumes is to say, oh, well, the car is almost entire. It's essentially out of fuel, so you're running on the kind of fumes of the fuel at this point, so to speak. And then obviously we use that metaphorically. And then here, I guess it's just that fumes is your anger, is you're fuming. So I think that's probably right. Let's see. Drawings that might encounter problems with intellectual property law. Right, it must be fan art, because in theory, I guess you could be sued by a company for using their trademarked characters and so on, copyrighted. I don't think that happens very often, but I suppose it's potentially a possibility and probably has happened at times. I guess it would happen if you tried to actually commercialize those works. Harsh words regarding the past and the present. Don't know. I mean, it almost looks like it ends in anger, but it doesn't, obviously. Tense, as in past and present tense. Tense, harsh words. I don't know, but let's see if that helps. Consonants are right. Okay. Oh, something. This will be the same root as dental. I think I know this word, but I can't bring it to mind. Let's see about the other letters. Absolutely amazing. To something, maybe? I'm not sure. One side of a perpetual war in Orwell's 1984. East Asia? We've always been at war with East Asia. We've never been at war with East Asia, etc. The party kind of just changes history as needed for its goals. Harbor sites are keys, maybe? I don't know if that's right. Maybe it's some kind of ship. I'm not sure what we're looking for here. What about this? Absolutely amazing. Right. Maybe it's just boats. Could it just be boats? Because then this could be two. That's the reason I thought of boats, amazingly. Not that I just thought of it on my own, which I should have, given that we're talking about a harbor where boats go. But let's see. Tall and pointy as ears. Elfin or something? I don't know. It's probably going to be an adjective relating to an animal, but I'm not sure what that would be off the top of my head, annoyingly, even though I probably should. Commercial success. A something sale or commercial success question mark. No sale? That doesn't make any sense. This probably ends with an S because consonants is pluralized there. Grassy expanses are probably leas there. That's a meadow. What about this? Possibilities. Ifs, you might say. Various ifs, various possibilities. Ornamental pondfish, koi, classically populate ornamental ponds. And in the Middle Ages or the Renaissance, either one of those is a historical era. So there we go. And then absolutely amazing is, it's not to anything. It is, but it's a different to. It's to die for. There we go. Okay, so that's correct. This looks like Edsel's. Commercial success. No, it's not. Okay. That would be commercial failures, I suppose. Edsel's the classic, Ford car flop. But no, it's add something, commercial success. An ad sale. You successfully sell ad space. You sell space for a commercial to run. That's what it is. Okay. And then this is bat-like, of course. Tall and pointy as ears. Of course, that's bat-like. And then brawl over what to call a piece of writing, a title fight. I think that would be. So a title fight, like in boxing or something. But in this case, we're referring to an argument over what to call a story. Okay, so uses TurboTax, perhaps. E-files. E-files your tax return in the United States using tax preparation software such as TurboTax. Dirt is... don't know. Sorry about that. Climate activist Thunberg, Greta Thunberg is famous climate activist. And then regarding, if something's regarding, you could say in regard, you might label a memo in then the subject, it's regarding that. Billy Joel's tell her about it looks like. And punny summary of the battle between editor and writer, seen in 1724, 35, and 46 across. Period drama run on fumes, tense. I don't know why I can't see what that one is. And title fight. These are what? The battle. I don't know. I wish I could just go straight to it. Disappointed in myself. What about this? Cross paths. Two people meet, they cross paths. And then bon ami, good friend in French. There we go. That's probably right. And Isla Nublar, fictional setting of Jurassic Park. I remember that. For some reason, I will remember the name of that location forever. Even though I don't even remember if it's... I don't even remember if it's spoken in the film. It certainly is written in the book, but at least I think it is. But anyway, dirt is... I don't know what this is. Sorry, dirt. How can I not see what this is? It's almost complete. Dirt. Sorry, I'm just looking at the keyboard in case I'm forgetting any possible letters. I have no idea what that is. The punny summer. I must have something else wrong. Do I? I don't know what it could be. I'll have to solve this. Well, let's finish this because we've left a hole in the middle of the puzzle. So let's take care of that first. Was up. If you led maybe in a match, you could be you could said to have led. And hunting cap peach, or maybe it is an earlap. I think that's what that's called. And then big feller, question mark. An axe maybe. So not a feller like a fellow in dialect, but rather a feller, something that would fell a tree, which an axe would do. A tense exchange is what this is. Right, I was trying to think of something more aggressive, but we don't need that because the aggressive part is already expressed in tense, or at least, maybe not aggressive, but heated. So we have a tense exchange, harsh words regarding the past and the present. There we go. Okay, so drug also called rocket fuel or ozone for short, PCP, I guess, probably. And take off, depart, leave, right? Stop right there. Halt, you might say. And shipmate of Captain Kirk, Lieutenant Sulu, is a character from Star Trek, so there we go. Green, say, unexperienced, unskilled, or I don't know, something. A scenic spot to snorkel, a reef or a lagoon. Overturns is up something. Toddler's need, maybe, yeah, maybe needs a nap. And then build as a relationship is, I don't know. Pillbug, e.g., so pillbug is an example of what? Something pod? What kind of animal is that? I can't think what it's called, but I think it'll be a something pod. And green, say, is unripe. There we go. So it's like fruit rather. I was thinking of using it metaphorically to describe a person. Overturns, upends. Right. There we go. Of course. And build as a relationship is forge a relationship between people. Punny summary of the battle is altercation. Is it? How? Why? An alter, because you're altering the text. Whycation. An altercation. Is it just that it involves the word alter? I can't tell. I think this is the right answer, but I think I'm not fully parsing the punny nature of it. So let me know what I'm missing. But here we go. To observe Ramadan in a way would be to fast, to observe that holiday. And then again in a text would be OTOH on the other hand. An isopod, that's what I was looking for. That's the pillbug. Okay, there we go. And then KGB rival during the Cold War is the CIA, intelligence agencies of the Soviet Union and United States, respectively. And then ending point during of the first marathon is Athens. So famously, that was the actual run to Athens would, I guess, from marathon gives us the name marathon. And there we go. And that was the crossword. There we have it. We illustrated an altercation, which I'm slightly failing to parse, to my shame. But there we go. I at least understand the alter part, where we've got an argument between an editor and a writer over their alterations. I guess we've got a C in the middle of alteration. Does that mean something? Punny summary. Alter. I don't know. I can't quite see it. But we understand what's going on, at least in the theme, which is this argument, this altercation. We might maybe have a bit of a period drama over punctuation. We've got run-on fumes, anger over this long sentence. Tense exchange over the past and present perspective in the story. And finally, a title fight over what this thing should be called. Those all comprise our altercation. And there we go. That was the Thursday crossword. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow for a themeless puzzle, possibly a trickier puzzle, with no theme, no altercations, just solving clues. So do come back and join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Thursday. Take care.